The Public Utilities Amendment Bill is a step in the right direction, and consumer can expect to benefit from having a peace of mind, knowing that public health standards are maintained and their interests are better protected. The importance of a plumbing system in a modern and densely populated city like ours cannot be understated. A badly designed or maintained water reticulation or sanitary system is a recipe for disaster. A case in point was the contamination of water supply system in a mixed development in Bukit Timah in August 2000, where over 100 people were sickened by contaminated water in the incident. While legislation and licensing can help raise the competency of the plumbing industry, experience does matter when it comes to giving consumer a peace of mind. In the water contamination case cited earlier, the plumber appointed by the management corporation was licensed, but he could neither anticipate the potential risks of the badly designed water supply system nor prevent the contamination from happening. Under Clause 21 of the proposed amendment in this bill, those who are licensed under the existing licensed water service plumber scheme and who also hold the Singapore Plumbing Society registration certificate will automatically qualify for the new licensed plumber or LP scheme. The rest of the practicing plumber would have to wait until 30 September 2018 to bring their necessary qualification up to par to qualify for the new LP license. That will entail attending sanitary and water service plumbing courses conducted by PUB, as well as to pass an assessment test. The course and assessment are on top of attaining a baseline building and construction authority builder certificate course in plumbing and pipe fitting or equivalent. Mr. Speaker, the above prerequisite to obtain an LP license will be too onerous for some freelance plumber and those old school plumbers who fashion their trade based on good old-fashioned hard work, honesty, and work experience gained over the years. Some of these seasoned plumbers are non-English speaking and may only converse in their native mother tongues or dialects, but they are armed with a wealth of knowledge and experience honed from the school of hard knocks. For some of them, plumbing may be the only tools of the trade they know, and their livelihood would come to an end in 2 months' time if they are unable to qualify for an LP license. While I support the bill, I wish to seek the indulgence of the Minister to look into making some provision for these plumbers so that they can carry on working until such time when they decide to call it a day. Some of their work involve only replacing old pipes, nothing complicated and nothing to design. Can PUB offer the prerequisite courses and assessment for the new LP license in a language other than English? Can the assessment test be administered in dialects? Can PUB make an exception to waive the prerequisite courses and assessment for plumbers who can prove that they have the necessary work experience and have been working in the industry long before even some of us in this chamber were born? Mr. Speaker, this group of old-timers in the plumbing trade is shrinking over time, just like our pensioners. When the compulsory MediShield Life was introduced, pensioners were worried that they would be worse off, but it turned out that their entitled medical benefits under their respective pension scheme remain unchanged. MediShield Life coverage, although compulsory, does not kick in for some pensioners. Would the ministry consider making a similar exception to allow this group of old school plumbers to continue to ply their trade without the compulsory LP license after PUB has made the necessary assessment of their competency? Can PUB issue this plumber with a non-renewable provisional license of 3 years, for example, so that this senior can have ample time to make other plans and wind down their trade over time? We are an aging society. We are witnessing the passing of a generation of tradesmen and craftsmen from an era gone by. The good old hawker, the yellow-top taxi driver, the old school plumber, to name a few, would probably ply their trade one last time in this decade or so. No one is more disrupted than those senior tradesmen and craftsmen as we embrace the digital economy. Could we not give these pioneer workers a longer runway to adapt, to change, and to wind down their trade? There is a motion in the order paper today calling for this House to recognize our senior as a gift to our society. It calls on the government to continue to strengthen support for our senior to age with dignity and to spearhead community effort to create a society where they can thrive. Mr. Speaker, allowing some of our seniors to continue their old trade in their sunset years, even for a fixed period of time, will send a clear message that this government does support our senior to age with dignity. Thank you.